Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20. It's basically an homage to the Marvel Avengers universe, the MCU. All of the players are the actors who play in all the Marvel movies. As you can see, it's the beginning of the season. It's actually game number 6 of the regular season. The Avengers right now are 3-2, and that's good enough for half a game out of first place in the National League West division. I've taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the National League West. So let's jump into game number 6. As you can see, this is the second game of a 3-game set against the Atlanta Braves at home, and we lost the first game of this set against Atlanta 6-2. So let's get this started. View organization's games. Play game, okay. Play full game. We are the home team. We play our home games at Crosley Field, which is a classic stadium. Broadcast. Chris Hemsworth, the mighty Thor, is the hitter. Let's see something. Who can I catch with? Chris Evans is hurt right now. Who plays catcher as a backup? Benedict Wong can catch instead of Mark Ruffalo, so he's going to catch. What position does Cumberbatch play? Plays third base. So let's change up that. Cumberbatch will play third. T'Challa will have a seat in for Terrence Howard. Just make sure Terrence Howard can play. Terrence Howard is the DH. Let's see. Tom Holland, Anthony Mackie, Terrence Howard. Okay, looks almost right. And now I just have to check the lineup really quick. Let's see. That's fine. That's fine. Let's go. Dave Bautista bats fourth. Drax the Destroyer. There we go. There's Idris Elba bats Benedict Wong. Okay, let's do it. So, here we go. Welcome to MLB 20, the show. As the Atlanta Braves visit the Hollywood Avengers here at Crosley Field. On the mound for the Avengers is the mighty Thor, Chris Hemsworth. He's pitching in his second start of the season. He had a complete game shutout in his first start of this 2020 campaign. And Thor is facing Johnny Damon, hitting .238 with 2 homers, 4 runs batted in so far this year. First pitch of the game. It's low for ball 1. Johnny Damon played originally for the Kansas City Royals. I popped it up behind the plate. Wong is there and makes the catch for the first out of the game. Starting lineup for the Braves. Johnny Damon's in center, Minnie Minoso's in left, George Brett is at third, Fred McGriff is at first, Jose Altuve is at second, Mookie Betts in right, George Springer is the designated hitter, Paul DeJong is the shortstop, and Martin Maldonado is the catcher and batting ninth. Minnie Minoso, .364, 2 homers, 2 RBIs in this early April game. And it's on the outside corner for strike 1. And he fouls off the sinker for strike 2. Modest 4-game hitting streak for Minoso. And he skies it to medium center field. Don Cheadle, War Machine, is there. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 5.
Next up is George Brett, .318, 1 RBI. George Brett played for the Kansas City Royals during his career. Takes strike 1 on the corner. Swing and a miss. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Brett. And he lines it down the left field line and is in there for a base hit. It caroms off the wall. Strong throw to second is in time. And the side is retired. Nice throw from left field from Dave Bautista. And halfway through the first, it's Atlanta nothing. The Avengers coming to bat. On the mound for the Atlanta Braves is Garrett Cole, making his second start of the season. He's 0-1 with a 7.20 earned run average. That's basically 5 runs, 4 hits. I'm sorry, 5 innings pitches, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. And facing him is Tom Holland, also known as Spider-Man, with 571. Takes ball 1 low. He's super hot coming out of the gate. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike on Tom. Slider outside. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike on Spider-Man. And he broke his wrists. Went too far. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's a short, shallow fly ball to center. Damon on the run makes the catch for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Avengers. Tom Holland led off. Robert Downey Jr. is at first base. Anthony Mackie's at short. Dave Bautista in left. Benedict Cumberbatch is playing third base. Idris Elba in right. Terrence Howard is the designated hitter. Catching is Benedict Wong. And Don Cheadle is in center field and batting ninth. RDJ, Tony Stark himself, is up at the plate with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And he pulls it just foul down the first base line, check that, for strike 1. He's hitting .238 with a homer and 1 RBI in this early season contest. Chip ball is high, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on RDJ. Oh, that hit him. So we have a base runner here with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Here's the replay.
Number 9.
Right on the top of the thigh. Luckily, it didn't ring the bell. Anthony Mackie, also known as the Falcon. Sam Wilson, hitting .429. And he hits a lazy fly ball to center. Damon is there. Makes the catch for the second out. No advancing the base paths.
Batting fourth, the left fielder,
Dave Bautista steps up to the plate with 2 outs. He's hitting .267 on the season. And he pulls it high and deep, but playable. Minnie Minoso, right in front of the warning track, makes the catch to retire the side. So after 1 inning of baseball, there's no score here at Crosley Field. Top of the second, Freddie McGriff, hitting a .182, steps up. Hemsworth deals. And he fouls it off. Strike 1. Freddie McGriff played for the Toronto Blue Jays in his actual career. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Power hitting first baseman for the Blue Jays. Pitch is low. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on McGriff. Grounds it just past the dive of Benedict Cumberbatch at third base. And the Atlanta Braves lead off the second here with a single. Next up is Jose Altuve, batting a .130 to start the season. He's come out of the gate kind of slow. Pitch is high, ball 1. And he just fouls off the slurve. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Altuve. Obviously, Altuve plays for the Houston Astros in real life. And he grounds it. Oh, it's a line drive right at Tom Holland. Spider-Man makes the catch. The defense for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right, Dave Bautista, Don Cheadle, and Idris Elba. And in the infield from left to right, it's Cumberbatch, Mackie, Holland, and Robert Downey Jr. with Benedict Wong behind the plate today. Designated hitter is Terrence Howard. So Mookie Betts is up with one out here in the top of the second. And the fastball's in there for strike one. He's hitting 300 with 6 runs batted in the first 4 games. Oh, and he hits this one high and deep. That one is a 2-run home run for Mookie Betts. His first homer of the season, and just like that, the Atlanta Braves have a 2-0 lead. Here's the replay. Oof. Boom. Next up is George Springer, hitting .476 with 3 homers. Takes a strike at the knees. Fouls off the sinker. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Springer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there are 2 down.
Batting it.
The mighty Thor.
Paul DeJong.
Paul DeJong, the shortstop, steps in with 2 outs. Strike 1, 96 on the radar gun. Paul DeJong's hitting .471 in the first 5 games. And he grounds it hard. Mackie fields, fires, got him to retire the side. So Mookie Betts gives the Atlanta Braves a quick 2-0 lead on this. A 2-run shot. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we go. Leading off the bottom of the second, Benedict Cumberbatch. He's hitting .625 to start the season. Benedict Cumberbatch plays Doctor Strange in the Marvel Universe. The Protector, the Sorcerer Supreme. Right at the knees, count even 1 ball, 1 strike. And he fouls it off, and that is strike number 2. And he jams him in on his hands, has popped up to the third baseman. George Brett makes the catch for the first out. Defense for the Braves from left to right in the outfield is Minoso, Damon, and Betts. And in the infield, Brett, DeJong, Altuve, and Griff, with Martin Maldonado behind the plate. Next up is Idris Elba. He's hitting .286 in this early season. Oh, and he hit this one high and deep. Oh, that is Gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. Hemidall sees it all. It's his first major league home run for Idris Elba, and the lead is cut in half, 2-1. Here's a replay. Oh. Next up is Terrence Howard, the man who played James Rhodes first. He hadn't even become War Machine yet. It was in the first Iron Man movie. And he hits a ground ball back to the box, up the middle, and a base hit. His first major league at bat is a hit. So there's a runner at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Next up is Benedict Wong, who's catching today. And the pitch is outside, ball one. Line drive up the middle, base hit. It's just like that. There are two runners on here with one out in the bottom of the second. They are threatening.
Number 10.
Batting ninth, Don Cheadle, War Machine, hitting 154 with an RBI. Takes ball one, outside. Count is 1-0 on Don Cheadle. Ball two. And he pulls the changeup foul. Count goes 2 balls and 1 strike on Rhodes. Outside count is 3-1. Spider-Man is on deck. Backdoors him with the slider. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Will the runners be in motion? No, but Don Cheadle is ahead of the fastball. Pulls it foul and will do it all over again. Here comes the payoff pitch. Yet again. Line drive, but right at the center field. Johnny Damon makes the catch. Strong throw, no advancing the bases. And now there are 2 down. Well, so the lineup turns over. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, led off with a fly ball out. He has a runner in scoring position. And he hits it high and deep. It is off the top of the wall. It's going to be a 2-run triple for Spider-Man, as the score is now 3-2 Avengers. 2-run triple, his second of the season for Tom Holland. Here's the replay. Just out of the reach of Minnie Minoso. Ricochets to Damon. Quick throw to the plate. It's far too late. RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. is up. He was hit by a pitch in the first. He does have a runner at third base with 2 outs. Swings over the top of the changeup for strike 1. Pitch is high, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. This is Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. He checks his swing, pitches inside, count is 2-1. Just gets a piece of the changeup to count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tony. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. But not before the Marvel's universe scores 3 and takes a 3-2 lead at the end of 2 innings of play. Hoo-ah. Top of the third. Martin Maldonado, the backup catcher, steps up. This is his first plate appearance in the 2020 season. Line drive into the left field corner, and it's going to be all the way to the wall. Strong throw from Batista in left, holds him to first, big turn, but it's a leadoff single from Maldonado, and the Atlanta Braves have the leadoff man on here in the top of the third. So the lineup turns over, and Johnny Damon is up yet again for his second plate appearance. Popped out in the first. Thor deals. Inside corner, strike 1. Fouls off the two-seamer, 98 on the radar gun. And the count is very quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Damon. And he skies it to center. Rhodey is there. War Machine makes the catch for the first out of the third.
Now batting, number 9.
Next up is Minnie Minoso. He flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. And he hits it to left, and it's going to drop in for a single. And there are suddenly runners on first and second here with 1 out in the top of the third.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Here's the replay.
George Brett.
So next up, George Brett. He's had a single in the first inning. Hemsworth deals. Just at the knees. No, too low. Umpire called it a ball. Its count is 1-0 on George Brett. Outside, ball 2. And he fouls off the two-seamer for strike 1. Just gets a piece of the slider inside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the split finger fastball. And there are 2 down. That's Thor's second strikeout. And next up is Fred McGriff. He had a single in the first. He's 5 for 23 on the season. And he hits it high and deep, but curving into the seats, foul. Strike 1. And he hits it down into the left field corner, and it will go all the way to the wall. Batista Fields fires, and it'll now be second and third, and a tie ball game. The RBI double by Fred McGriff, the second of the season. Here's the replay. Batista tries to cut it off, takes a bad angle, and it gets past him. So next up is Jose Altuve. Game is tied. There's runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the third. He's 3 for 24 on the season. Inside corner, strike 1. Pitch is low, 1-1. Inside, count is 2-1. Outside corner, nope. Count is 3 balls, 1 strikes. Hitters count. Mookie Betts is on deck. He doesn't throw a strike. The bases are loaded. High strike, but a strike nonetheless. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the bases are now loaded with Braves.
Now batting, right fielder,
Mookie Betts is up. Nowhere to put him. He had a 2-run homer in his first at-bat. He's 7 for 21 on the season. Let's have a little bit of a mound visit. Go out there, talk to Hemsworth, say, hey, listen, just throw lightning. Throw them thunderbolts. All right, here we go. Let's rock and roll. Nope, they're not taking him out this early. Strike 1, 96 on the radar gun. Grounds it to Benedict at third. He throws across the diamond to retire the side. They leave the bases loaded, but they do score 1 on the double by Fred McGriff. And at the end, halfway through the third, it's a tie ball game. Bottom of the third. Anthony Mackie, the shortstop, steps in. He flew out in the first.
For Hollywood,
He is the Falcon.
Number 9.
Check the swing, pitches high, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. And he pulls it, but it hangs up there just long enough to be run down in the outfield for the first out of the inning. Right on the nose.
Now batting. No left fielder.
Dave Bautista, Drax the Destroyer, flew out in the first. For the season, he is 4 for 16. It's a 250 average. Hard ground ball, but right at the shortstop to check that second baseman. He throws to first, and quickly there are 2 outs.
Now batting. Number 3.
Out 2 there. Next up is Benedict Cumberbatch. He's 5 for 9 on the season. Popped out in the first. Check that, popped out in the second inning. He is Doctor Strange. And it's a ground ball, base hit through the right side. And with 2 outs, the Avengers have a base runner.
The batter. Number 63.
Next up is Idris Elba. He homered in his first at-bat. He's 5 for 15 on the season.
That's a ball.
Low, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Idris Elba plays Hemidall in the Avengers universe, specifically the Thor franchise. Pitch to first, throw over to first, that is. Benedict's back. He is the gatekeeper. And he nubs it the other way. Altuve is there, and he makes the throw to retire the side. So, after 3 innings of baseball, we have a tie ball game. It's Atlanta 3, Avengers 3. Top of the 4th. George Springer steps up. He's 0 for 1. George Springer is a current major leaguer. He plays for the Houston Astros. And the first pitch from Hemsworth is outside. Ball 1. Swing and a miss at the slurve. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike on Stringer. Stringer, I called him. Springer. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
1 and 2.
And it's a lazy fly ball towards the gap. Bautista is there. He makes the catch, 1 away.
Now batting. The shortstop.
Paul DeJong, the shortstop, grounded out in the second. For the season, he's 8 for 18. 444 batting average. In there, strike 1. Out in front of the slider, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on DeJong. DeJong, current major leaguer, I think he's St. Louis Cardinal. Not sure though. Ooh, Thor wanted that one, but he called it a ball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the sinker. Count remains 1 and 2. Jams him, fouls it off. So there's 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Score is tied at 3. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There are 2 down. That's the 3rd strikeout from Chris Hemsworth.
Now batting.
Here's the replay.
Martin
Slow motion.
Maldonado.
Backup catcher Martin Maldonado is up. He had a single and a run scored so far in this game. And he pulls it foul, strike 1. Swing and a miss at the slurve, strike 2.
strike.
Swing and miss, strike 3. That's the 4th strikeout from Thor, and the side is retired. So, halfway through the 4th inning, score is still tied at 3. Bottom of the 4th. The designated hitter, Terrence Howard, is up.
For the Avengers.
Rhodey 1.0. He's 1 for...
Howard.
he takes it. He's 1 for 1. Takes ball 1.
Count 1-0.
He plays the infield. He's playing designated hitter today. And he skies it to shallow center. Damon makes the run. He's there. He makes the catch for the first out.
Now batting. Catcher. Benedict.
Catcher Benedict Wong had a single and a run scored today. He's 1 for 1. And it's a flare the other way. DeJong makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Very quickly there, 2 down.
Now batting. Number 10.
Don Cheadle, War Machine. Rhodey number 2 is up. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And it's low, ball 1. Ball 2. Outside, ball 3. Count as 3 balls and no strikes. Will he have the green light? No, he will not. He put the controller down. Right down the middle, strike 1. But now the count is 3 balls and 1 strike, a hitter's count. Shackles are off. And it's high and tight, ball 4 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. War Machine walks. Top of the lineup steps in. Tom Holland is 1 for 2.
Holland.
He had his 2-run triple in his 2nd at-bat. This is his 3rd plate appearance. Oh, it's a pitch out, and he's going. Oh, he is out by 3 miles. And we'll have to see Tom Holland's at-bat next inning as the side retires. Here's the replay again. Maldonado, a strike. Actually, he got his hand in there before the tag was. I think the umpire blew the call, but doesn't really matter. The point is at the top of the 5th, and Johnny Damon is up. He's 0 for 2 today. 5 for 23 on the season. In there for strike 1. As I was saying before, Johnny Damon played for the Kansas City Royals. Swing and a miss, strike 2, count as 2 balls. I'm sorry, no strikes. Blah. No balls, 2 strikes on Johnny Damon. He played for the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Won a championship with the Red Sox in 2004. Inside waste pitch, count as 1 and 2. And he skies at the center. Cheadle is there. And he makes the catch for the first out.
Now batting. Number 9.
Minnie Minoso had a single in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2 today. 9 for 24 on the season. Slider in there for strike 1. And he fouls off the pitch. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Minoso. And he slices it into the seats. Foul. This time he pulls it into the seats the other way. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes on Minoso. Swing and a miss, tied him up on the inside, and there's 2 down. That's his 5th strikeout. As you can see, the pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Cards. These guys are fireballers. Top speed by Garrett Cole, 99 miles an hour. Strongest Avenger. George Brett singled in the first. He's 1 for 2 today. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Fouled off the slurve. Count as no balls and 2 strikes. George Brett, I think, hit 390 one season. I think it was 1982 or something like that. And he fouls it off. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. He flirted with hitting 400 that season. Something someone hasn't done in like 80 years. Last person to hit 400 was Ted Williams, I think in the 40s. And it's a lazy fly ball towards the gap in left. Batista is there. And Drax makes the catch to retire the side. So, 4.5 innings of baseball. The game is still tied at 3. Right now, the team is 3 wins and 2 losses. If I lose this game, we're at 500, 3-3. So this is a pretty big game for an early contest. Tom Holland, 3rd plate appearance. Spider-Man has a 2-run triple in this game. And he's out in front of the changeup for strike 1. As you can see, he's hitting well over 500 in these first 6 games. Pitch is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. On Spidey. And it's a line drive, base hit to center. And he is 2 hits today and leads off the bottom of the 5th with a single.
Now batting, number 12.
Here's the replay. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Next up is RDJ. He was hit by a pitch. Officially, he's 0 for 1. Checks his swing. It's down and in. Ball 1. Tony Stark. He's only hitting 5 for 22 for the season, which is a 227 batting average. He's got a lot of speed down at first base. Ball 2. Count as 2 balls and no strikes. The number 2 hitter, he's doing his job. Taking pitches so that Spider-Man can maybe steal the base if he wants to. But right now he grounds into a 4-6-3 double play, and there's quickly 2 outs. And that was not pretty. It was a 2-0 count, and he hit right into a double play. Tailor-made. So next up is Anthony Mackie. He's 0 for 2 today. He is 9 for 23 on the season. So Falcon steps up to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And it's a line drive. George Brett makes the stab to retire the side. Nice play. Nice reaction play. So, at the end of 5 innings, it's now an official ball game. Well, the game's still tied, so remains to be seen. Here comes the top of the 6th. Fred McGriff is up. He's got a single, a double, an RBI. He's 2 for 2 against Thor today. And he fouls off the 2-seam fastball, 97 on the radar gun. Oh, and he hits it high and deep, but he curves just a foul. Count as no balls and 2 strikes on McGriff. And he slices it towards the gap. Long run from Cheadle. And War Machine makes the catch for the first out. Nice running play by Rhodes.
Up next for Atlanta, the second baseman.
Jose Altuve walked in the 3rd. He's officially 0 for 1. Steps in against Hemsworth. Pitch. Strike 1 at the knees. And he pulls the 2-seamer foul. Count as 0-2. And it's a line drive, but right at Batista. He barely has to move. for the second out here in the top of the sixth.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Mookie Betts had a 2-run homer today. He's 7 for his last 22. It's his .318 average. Swing and a miss. Strike one. He's out in front of the sinker. Count is 0-2. Mookie Betts originally played for the Red Sox. Now he plays for the LA Dodgers in real life. Inside ball one. Count is 1-2 on Betts. And he grounds it to Mackie. Falcon makes the throw to retire the side. So he's pitched 6 innings. He's given up 3 runs, but the game is still tied at 3. Dave Bautista, Drax the Destroyer, leads off in the next half inning. So it's the bottom of the 6th. Bautista has flown out. He's grounded out. He's 0 for 2 today. Cole deals. And it's outside for ball 1. And he grounds it weakly to Brett at third. Throws across the diamond for the first out.
Now batting, number 3.
Dr. Strange had a single in the 3rd inning. He is 1 for 2. He steps up to the plate with 1 out. Pitches outside for ball 1. And he hits it high and deep, and it is caught by Mookie Betts. Nice running play. And there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 63.
Hard smash, but right at the fielder. Idris Elba is 5 for 16. He's 1 for 2 today. He has a solo homer in the 3rd. Outside ball 1. High ball 2. Count is 2-0. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The Avengers are the home team across their field. And he goes after a high pitch, and instead of it being 3-0, it count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Elba. And quickly, the count is 2-2. Checked his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he hits a line drive to center, and it's going to be a base hit. Elba's 2nd of the game. And with 2 outs in the 6th, the Avengers have a base runner.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Terrence.
Solid line drive to center. Damon was playing him deep. So next up is Terrence Howard. And he hits a line drive down the left field line. It bounces and it rolls all the way to the corner. And it's going to be 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs, as they have a double by Terrence Howard, his 1st of the season. Here's the replay. Served it up the other way, dunked it in. If it kind of slowed, the wall over there kind of slowed down the ball. If it had gone all the way into the corner, Elba might have been able to score, but no such luck. Pitching change by the skipper. He's seen enough of Garrett Cole today. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. Nick Goody takes a stroll out to the mound. This is his 3rd appearance of the season. He has pitched 3 innings. He doesn't have an ERA yet. He's pitched 3 innings of no-run baseball. Benedict Wong plays Wong in the Doctor Strange universe. Takes a changeup on the outside corner for strike 1. He does have a single today. He's 3 for 6 on the season. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. And the pitch is low. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. As you can see, the Braves bullpen is active. A lefty and a righty are warming up. And he's out in front of the slider. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wong. Just low. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The runners lead off 2nd and 3rd. Did he go? No, he did not. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded with Avengers with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, number 10.
Nope, did not swing. War Machine is up. Bullpen is active for the Braves. The bases are loaded, nowhere to put them. Don Cheadle steps up. Pitches outside, ball 1. Right down the middle. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Don Cheadle. Here's the situation at hand here in the bottom of the 6th. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on War Machine. Woody settles in. Here comes the pitch. And he grounds it up the middle. Altuve's there. He shovels to second for the force. And they leave the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. So at the end of 6 innings of play, it's still a tie ball game. Atlanta 3, Hollywood Avengers 3. Oh my goodness. What a wasted opportunity. So, it's the top of the 7th. George Springer is up. Hemsworth is still out there. He's thrown 79 pitches. And the first pitch is fouled off for strike 1. And he grounds it the other way. Strike 2. And he pulls his hands in and lines it between short and third for a base hit. And the Braves have the leadoff man on here in the top of the 7th. I think I have to start, well, 6-game hitting streak. You don't start talking about hitting streaks until it gets to 10. Here's the replay. Pulled his hands in and stroked it into the outfield. So, Paul DeJong is up. We have to start thinking about bullpen. I think we're going to warm up Paul Bettany. We're going to warm up Paul Rudd. Grounds it. 5, 4, 3, double play. And there are 2 down. Nice around the horn double play started by Benedict Cumberbatch. Nice play. Let's see that replay. Just like that. Trouble. The fire has been extinguished. So next up is Martin Maldonado, who has a single today. He's 1 for 2. Oh, looked like it could have been low, but low strike. Count is 0-1. Swing and a miss at the sinker. Strike 2. Jams him in on his hands, fouls it back to the screen. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Maldonado. The bases are empty here in the top of the 7th. There are 2 outs. And he fouls it back yet again. Strike 3 looking, the side is retired. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Score is still tied at 3. Ooh-wee. Tom Holland leads off the bottom of the 7th. He is 2 for 3 today. He's got a single, he's got a triple, so 2 runs batted in. He's out in front of the slider for strike 1. A little anxious. Low ball one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Just under the strike zone. And he pulls the slider foul. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Holland. Change-ups outside. Count as 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tom. Outside, 3-2, full count. RDJ is on deck. And he hits a deep drive towards the gap, but it is, it's going to be off the wall. And he's in there, a stand-up double. His 3rd hit of the game. His 4th double of the season. And even though it's a tie ball game, they have the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 7th on second base with nobody out. Could have been a home run in another ballpark, but there's a huge scoreboard here in Crosley Field. So, first pitch is at the knees for strike 1. Tony Stark is at the plate. Got a runner leading off second. Bullpen is active for the Braves. Swings and misses at the strike. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on RDJ. Outside ball 1, count is 1-2. Fouls it back to the screen. Strike 3, outside corner, and there's 1 down. Tony sits down. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? Yeah, too close to take. 2 strikes. You gotta put the bat on the ball. So next up is Anthony Mackie, the Falcon. He is 9 for 24 on the season. He's 0 for 3 today. Takes outside ball 1. Holland leads off second. He's going for 3rd, and he's in there. He's safe at 3rd. So now they've got a runner at 3rd base with less than 2 outs. Nice heads-up play, blazing speed by Tom Holland. Mackie doesn't need a hit to get him in. Way out in front of the changeup, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mackie. And he hits it high and deep to medium depth center. Here's the tag up. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's a sacrifice fly by the Falcon. Spider-Man scores, and the MCU leads 4-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. So next up is Drax the Destroyer, who's 0 for 3 today. It's 4 for 18 on the season. Outside ball 1. Swing and a miss. Instead of it being 2-0, it's now 1-1 on the count. 2 outs here in the 7th. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Batista. Three and 1. Doctor Strange is on deck. Just gets a piece of the 2-seamer. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he hits a line drive towards center. It is off the wall, in and out of his glove. And he'll have a stand-up double with 2 outs in the 7th. Almost a catch. His first double of the season.
Number 3.
Here's the replay. Drax has power. Almost a catch from Johnny Damon. Could not quite get his glove on it. So Benedict Cumberbatch is up with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Bullpen is still active for the Braves. Pitch is high, ball 1. He is 6 for 11 on the season.
That's ball 2.
Low, ball 2.
2-0.
He'd love to get that insurance run. Home from second base. In there, count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Benedict Cumberbatch. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he stays alive. Fouls it back. Scores 4-3 Avengers here in the bottom of the 7th. Backs him off the plate. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the payoff pitch. Batista leads off second.
Ball 4.
Outside, ball 4, and he walks him. So now there's runners at first and second with 2 outs. And Idris Elba steps to the plate.
Number 63.
Idris is 2 for 3 as a homer today.
Your attention, please.
And we'll have a pitching change. Juris Familia steps in. He hasn't pitched so far this season. Last year was not a great year for him. His ERA was 5.70 in 66 games. And in the second inning, Hemidall crushed it over the left field wall. At that point, he was cutting the lead 2-1. Now they have the lead 4-3. So, runners lead off first and second. And it's in there for strike 1. Outside, bounces away, the runners advance, and they are safe. On the wild pitch, runners now advance to second and third. I'm sorry, past ball, check that. They're putting it on the catcher. So a single may get 2 runners home. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Elba. Three and 1, hitters count.
1 strike.
On deck is Terrence Howard. And he walks him. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded with Avengers. Here in the bottom of the 7th, there are 2 outs. Terrence Howard, who is a backup player, today he's the designated hitter, steps up to the plate against Familia. And he's done well in his appearance. He is 2 for 3 today with a single, a double, a run scored. Now he's got an opportunity to drive in some runs. And it's a line drive base hit into right field. And here comes the throw to the plate. No, it's cut off by the cutoff man. It's a 2-run single for Terrence Howard. And the score is 6-3 MCU. Nice piece of hitting by Rhodey. Rhodey 1.0.
Benedict. Wong.
So next up is Benedict Wong, the catcher today. He's 1 for 2 with a single. He has runners at first and second. And he takes low for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
And he lines it past the second baseman for a hit. And the runner's coming home. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is up the line. And it's an RBI single for Benedict Wong. And the score is now 7-3. Marvel.
Now batting. Number 10.
Mookie throws to the plate. And it's up the line. And Elba scores. So Don Cheadle walked in the 4th inning, but he's officially 0 for 2. He's got a runners at first and second. He takes ball 1. blocked by Maldonado, no advance in the base paths. So it's first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. The MCU has a 4-run lead now. Don Cheadle is up. With a single, he can add another run to the tally. And he fouls it back to the screen. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on War Machine. Rhodey 2.0. Fouls a sinker back. Count is 1 and 2. Two and two. And he grounds it back through the box and up the middle. He rounds third. He's heading home. It's going to be an RBI single for Don Cheadle. And the score is it's a 5-run ball game. The score is 8-3. And the box is now open. The floodgates are open. Here in the bottom of the 7th, all of this damage has basically been done with 2 outs in the inning. So, pitching change. Drew Steckenrider makes his 3rd appearance of the season. His ERA is, we shouldn't even talk about it. Bottom line is he's got no record. His ERA is 21.60. It's not really an indication of the kind of pitcher he is. So, Tom Holland steps to the plate. He's 3 for 4 today. 15 for 25 for the season. That's a 600 batting average in the first 6 games. He has first and second with 2 outs. And it's on the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. Tom Holland is a home run shy of the cycle. I'm sure he'd like a home run right now. And he pulls it foul for strike 2. Down and in, ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Holland. And he fouls off the slider. Counts remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside goes back to the screen. No advance because there's a real good carom off of the fence behind home plate. But the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Holland. And he flies it down into the corner, but it will curve foul. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here on the bottom of the 7th. The runners will be in motion. Here's the payoff pitch. And he fouls it off, and we're going to have to do it all over again. Down and in, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Tony Stark. This has been the never-ending misery inning for the Atlanta Braves, as they've given up 5 runs, all of them with 2 outs. So the bullpen is still active. Robert Downey Jr. has been in a bit of a cold spell coming out of spring training. He's only 5 for 24. That's a 208 average. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, but he has the bases loaded. And he hits a line drive, but right at Mookie Betts. Hit it right on the nose, but it retires the side. So they score 5. And at the end of 7 innings of play, it's the Avengers 8, the Braves 3. Top of the 8th. Johnny Damon is up. He flew out in the 5th. He's 0 for 3. Hemsworth is still out there on the mound. And he pulls it high and deep, but curves into the seats. Foul for strike 1. Fouls off the slurve. Get quickly down 0-2. I'm feeling Thor is basically on a hitter-by-hitter basis. Let's see how far I can milk him before I go to the bullpen. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Grounds it to RDJ. He takes it himself to the bag. 1-0.
Now batting, number 9.
Next up, Minnie Minoso. He had a single in the 3rd inning. He's 9 for 25 on the season. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Outside corner with the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 8th. That's his 7th strikeout of the game. Here's the replay. Terrible angle.
Third baseman.
These replays should always be from over the shoulder of the pitcher so you can see the location. 2 outs. George Brett is up. George is 1 for 3 today.
Oh, that's
Just off the plate. Attendance is 25,174 here at Crosley Park. He had a single in the first. He's been 0 for 2 since. Swing and a miss. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside. Count is 2-1 on George. Grounds it to RDJ. He decides to take it himself. And the side is retired. Thor has pitched 8 innings, and he's leading by 5, 8-3. Okay, although that's going to be all. Will Harris comes in relief for the Atlanta Braves, making his 2nd appearance out of the bullpen. He's pitched a scoreless inning so far this season. It's only Game 6. It's April. Not even April. I think it's like March 30th. And leading off is Anthony Mackie. Before we do that, manager, bullpen. 5-run lead. We're going to ask lefty, righty, righty. We're going to ask Paul Rudd. We're going to sit Vision down. We're going to have Ant-Man come in to pitch the 9th. So Falcon is at the plate with bottom of the 8th. Will Smith. High ball 1. Backdoor cut fastball. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Just gets the outside corner. Nasty pitch. Count is 2-1. Falcon is 0 for 3 today. And he fouls off the cut fastball. Count evens at 2-2 on Sam Wilson. And he pulls it foul. Hard line drive in the seats. Grounds it, but McGriff, like a vacuum cleaner, scoops it, takes it himself to the bag, 1 away. Mackey's 0 for 4. Dave Bautista had a double today and a run scored. He's 1 for 4. Steps in with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. And he hits it high but relatively shallow. Minnie Minoso makes the catch for the 2nd out. He's 1 for 5. Next up, Dr. Strange, 1 for 3 today with a single. Swing and miss, strike 1. Righty and a lefty in the Braves bullpen, Robert Stock and Colin Poche, I guess. This looks like closest I can get to right pronunciation. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Protector of the Eye of Agamotto. Outside corner, strike 2. My goodness. Big strike zone.
Ball 2.
Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cumberbatch. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Outside corner, called strike 3. The side is retired. So, last licks for the Atlanta Braves. They need 5 to tie in the top of the 9th. Can they do it? No, they can't. I'm shutting them down. Let's go. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Ant-Man himself, Paul Rudd, comes in for the bullpen. This is his 3rd appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 1-0. His ERA is 9. He's given up 2 runs in 2 innings pitched. I'm sure he'd like to bring that number down. Fred McGriff is 2 for 3 today. He's 6 for 25 on the season. And he grounds the first pitch to Mackie. Falcon throws, and there is 1 down. Next up, Jose Altuve. He's 0 for 2 today. He did have a walk in the 3rd inning. And he hits a fly ball to center. War Machine is there. Two swings, 2 outs. They're down to their final out of the ball game. Mookie Betts, 1 for 3. He had a 2-run homer in the 2nd. He is up there with 2 outs. Takes strike 1 at the knees. Slices it into the seats. It's foul. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. They're down to their final strike. And he fouls it off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ball game over. Avengers win. They split the series 1 game apiece in this 3-game set against the Atlanta Braves by winning 8-3. And their record is now 4-2 on the season. Thor, the mighty Thor, gets the win. Chris Hemsworth is 2-0. Let's do this the right way. So, the Hollywood Avengers, 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors. The Atlanta Braves, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The win goes to Chris Hemsworth, his 2nd win of the season. Nick Goody gets the loss. I have no idea how many wins and losses he has. And the player of the game, of course, is Spider-Man, Tom Holland, who was 3 for 4 with a triple, a double, a single. The only thing he didn't have was a home run. It's a home run away from getting the cycle. So it's 8-3. The Avengers win. Thank you so much. This has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. If you enjoyed this at all, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here's what we normally do on this channel. We normally play Dungeons and Dragons. But that's a weekly thing. Once a week we play. Usually on Monday nights. When I'm not playing D&D, I like video games. So I like to live stream games. So by all means, please subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. And until next time, thank you so much for watching and have a great night.